Let's now shift our attention to what is happening in Belarus, the neighboring nation in Ukraine, where the Belarusians, interestingly, have voted in a constitutional referendum, allowing the former Soviet Republic to now host nuclear weapons. The constitutional reforms also extend the rule of the leader, Alexander Lukashenko, as well. The amendments will reinstate presidential term limits to 2 5-year terms, but it will only apply to the next elected president. If Lukashenko were to contest for re-election in 2025, he could remain in power for another 10 years potentially. It would also give lifetime immunity to the president from any kind of prosecution once he demits office for what he did or did not do in office. The vote took place against the background of a sweeping crackdown on domestic opponents of the government. The West has already said that it will not recognize the results of this referendum. To come into force, the amendments need to receive at least about 50% of the vote. And according to the Belarusian Central Election Commission, the voter turnout stood at an impressive 78.63%. 65% of those who took part in the vote voted in favor of the reforms or the changes that were proposed in this referendum. The referendum was held while neighboring Ukraine is under attack from Russian troops. Belarus has acted as a bit of a launch pad for Russian troops invading into Ukraine. And now, 4 days after the offensive, delegation from Moscow and Kiev is expected to meet for talks on the Belarusian border. The new constitution could see the return of nuclear weapons on Belarusian soil, and Belarus had given them up after the fall of the Soviet Union. Belarus also inherited a number of Soviet nuclear warheads which it transferred to Russia. The revised main law sheds Belarus's neutral status, and it will open the way for stronger military cooperation with Russia. The move also raises the stakes at a time when Lukashenko has in fact fallen behind Vladimir Putin's military assault on Ukraine. By amending the constitution, Lukashenko follows in the footsteps of the Russian President Vladimir Putin. Remember, in 2020, Putin oversaw a vote on constitutional changes that made it possible for him to remain in power until 2036. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.